They're here to help teachers come up with lessons and guide them to bringing the level 2 students up. The feedback that I've gotten have been great. She gets to see how I'm teaching and how I'm posing questions, and then she gives me feedback on how I can better have them understand like the task or what they need to do. Like it helps me, and then I guess in turn it helps my students.
I planned a 6-week lesson with Salima and did tape record one of my students at recess, which I was amazed at her understanding or lack of understanding on an addition and subtraction question, which just blew me away because when she took the time to sit with the student to explain or have the student explain to her how she got that answer, it amazed me. It was completely wrong. It wasn't the right answer, but you never even get that time to sit with the student and have them talk to you and explain through an answer because you're always go, go, go in the classroom. I've enjoyed working with her, and she does give me strategies to help my students, which I find really effective, and she is quite knowledgeable and she knows her stuff, so it is helping me.
Scheduling. Yes, we know what day she's coming, but period 2, she'll be coming to your class, and so that you know that that's the time that she's coming, and so you can develop whatever lesson that you're doing, she won't miss it, so she can see the progression and she can guide the teacher and the student. Yeah, I think that's good. Yeah, it's beneficial because then the students see that, we're people too, and teachers are learning too, and there's always growth.
First of all, I would like to talk about three-part lessons. It's the new innovation in the teaching of mathematics. As you said that if we start it from the primary grades, so by the time students they come to junior grades, they have the experience of three-part lessons. So for sure, it's helpful if we start three-part lessons from the early age. Before I give any suggestion about three-part lesson, consolidation is the best piece.
Right.
Because students they learn from each other. It really reinforces the student communication, student task, and this is one of the main component in the Ontario curriculum in mathematics. I think to promote three-part lessons at our school at North Kipling, if teachers they can do the co-teaching, that would be really helpful because you need two teachers, you need an extra pair of eyes when you're doing three-part lessons. And if somehow teachers they can combine their classes and do three-part lessons together, that would be really helpful.
Right.
That's the key thing. And so far, admin they are providing us enough training. For example, last year grade 7 and 8 they were trained, and year before grade 6 and 5 they were trained, and this year again it's grade 6s with a hint of grade 5, and all the sports staff is going to the training. So admin is providing us enough opportunities, but if the teachers can get together to create lessons together and then to implement lessons together. Again, one more thing we have to understand here is that co-teaching is different than team teaching,
Right.
right? In co-teaching session, we have to drop down the ego, and teacher can tap at each other's shoulder to tell each other that no, 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 this is wrong.
Right.
Can we do it this way? If there are extra pair of eye, right, and the lesson is planned by two teachers,
Right.
I'm sure that all the deficiencies, all the weaknesses of the lessons are being taken out.
Right.
Now the lesson is perfectly prepared, being looked by two teachers.
Right.
So again, when two teachers are implementing this lesson, it's always helpful. Yeah, it's helping students.
Right.
First one is getting started, and then activation. Then is the actual problem open-ended question. After that is a group activity that they do this actual question in mixed ability groups. After that, we give them their individual question, which the students solve them and display them on the board. And then we have a gallery walk, or students come up to the board and present it to the whole class. The strand that we chose for the lesson here is data management and reading the graphs, interpreting the graphs, and analyzing the data, comparing the graphs, and representing the data into different types of graphs. Based on the learning goals, we chose this lesson to take it up as for the three-part lesson so that the students first do the activation question, and then once they're motivated, then we go for the actual question.
I have two questions for you. Right? On your graph, I can see something which is not straight. What is this? This is a zag line. And what does this line represent?
This line represents how we're jumping from 0 to a bigger number.
Okay.
Like not going from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, you are jumping from 0 to bigger number. And then what happens after that bigger number?
We go by a different.
You go by a different pattern. Okay, so when your intervals are not same, you use this zagged line, right? Is it true? Yeah. Right? And after that, their intervals are same. Can you please say your intervals after 0 to 30?
0, 30, and then comes 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, and then 60.
Then 60.